Manhunt 2 was a controversial horror stealth game released by Rockstar Games in 2007. It was filled with graphic violence and gory moments, and was genuinely quite scary to play at times. Of course, seeing as it was made by Rockstar, the game had quite a few interesting Easter eggs. One of the scarier ones was the flashbacks you could see throughout the game. While exploring a hallway, you can see a crack in the door. If you change to POV, an image will pop up on the screen for a few seconds. This is actually Mrs. Lamb, the main character's wife. Later in the game you can see a similar Easter egg that is a little longer. While it is a small addition, it is a nice touch.
Am I going crazy?
The Hitman series have always been packed with interesting little details that some people wouldn't notice in their first playthroughs. Hitman Contracts, released in 2004, has a considerable amount of Easter eggs. The game can be quite eerie at times, and what can attest to this is the fact that one of the biggest Easter eggs in the game is horror themed. During the hotel level of the game, you can go down to the lowest level of the building to see a door that says Hotel Wing Closed. However, you can pick this lock, and on the other side, you will meet a man who tells you that an accident has happened here. He will then ask you to move along. Upon further investigation, you can find a number of closed doors that can also be explored. There are multiple ghosts and spirits that can be discovered here. You can see one in a mirror in the bathroom, and you can see another walking down the hallway. Bloodstains can also be seen on the floor, and all of this leads us to believe that something more than an accident happened here. The Nintendo 64 game California Speed, released in 1998, is a completely normal racing game on the surface. However, it appears that one developer was unsatisfied with how normal the game was and decided to add something that made it a lot creepier. Most of the billboards in the game are completely normal, but if you drive past one in particular and slow down in front of it, you find a pretty terrifying message. The billboard reads, "Sometimes God takes mommies and puppies away, and sometimes, just sometimes, I do." Now, it's safe to say that there's probably nothing too serious behind this message, but it's still a strange thought that somebody decided to include it. Either way, there's probably a developer at home right now laughing at how many people were creeped out by this billboard. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the most recent addition to the Red Dead series, and since its release, it has become a critically acclaimed game that has sold millions of copies. The game is centered in a large open world that has countless things to do and explore, so it's not that surprising that some of these things are quite creepy. Although there are many creepy Easter eggs in the game, one that stuck out to me and other players was an abandoned house that is west of the Van Horn trading post. The house might seem normal at first, but if you enter it through a window on the top floor, you can quickly find out that there isn't anything normal about this house at all. The first thing you will notice is this bizarre creature that seems to be a mixture of a pig, a bear, and a vulture, among other things. The creature shares a surprising resemblance to the Man-Bear-Pig character from South Park. You can find numerous different notes that show you the various different parts used to create this strange experiment, and a note from the mad scientists themselves that gives you some context into what this is. The note reads, "The creature is ready. Parts are currently on ice. Any day now." This creepy message alludes to the idea that the experimenter wanted this creature to come to life, and after seeing what the creature looks like, it's probably for the best that it didn't. In the room, you can also find some creepy jars and an array of different notes. There is a fire on in the room, so it's very possible that the person responsible for this creation is nearby. As of now, there is no answer as to who created this monster, and it's probably for the best that we don't find out. The Assassin's Creed series have many Easter eggs in their games. However, a lot of them aren't that creepy. However, there is one interesting Easter egg that could be considered scary. When you finish Assassin's Creed 2 and go back to the final tomb, you can find a gigantic squid in the pool. The squid will swim past you, and you can get a pretty good glimpse of it as it's going by. It will then appear on one more occasion, and this time it will actually try to attack you. There's two strange things about this Easter egg. One is what you have to do to access it. Not only do you have to finish the game, but you also have to activate a lever and then look at the water for around 40 seconds before it activates the cutscene. The second thing is that there is no audio for the squid, so when it arrives, there's just silence. This makes the Easter egg a lot creepier and makes the player feel like they weren't supposed to find it at all. It's probably just a glitch or a deliberate decision from the developers, but either way the Easter egg is a strange but nice addition to the final tomb.